Hello everyone. Welcome to Stathub, a self-study course on statistics organized by Mathematics Association Unify 2023-2025 of Mar Theophilus Training College, Nalanjira. Today, we are going to learn about standard deviation. In a nutshell, let me explain the major points that I am going to discuss today. I am going to deal with the basic definition, properties, merits as well as demerits of standard deviation, some empirical relationships with respect to standard deviation, and we will then discuss some related problems. The concept of standard deviation was introduced by Carl Pearson. We know that in the calculation of mean deviation, both positive and negative deviations are taken as positive. But standard deviation is a measure of dispersion which depends on all the observations just like the mean deviation and at the same time is open for further algebraic treatment. Now let's look into the definition of standard deviation. Standard deviation is defined as the square root of the arithmetic mean of the squares of the deviations of the observations from their arithmetic mean mu. Properties. The minimum value of standard deviation is 0. The sum of square deviation is minimum when taken about mean. Merits of standard deviation. Standard deviation is the best measure of dispersion. It is rigidly defined. It is based on all observations. It is capable of further algebraic treatment. It is not much affected by extreme items or sampling fluctuations. Demerits. Standard deviation is difficult to calculate and is not easily understood. It is impossible to calculate standard deviation in open-end classes. Now let's discuss about variance. The square of standard deviation is called the variance. That is, variance is equal to standard deviation square. The term variance was introduced by R.A. Fisher. To find the coefficient of standard deviation, we have to divide standard deviation by mean. To find the coefficient of variance, that is CV, we divide standard deviation by mean and then multiply it by 100. When the coefficient of variance increases, stability decreases. Empirical relations. 6 times quartile deviation is equal to 5 times mean deviation is equal to 4 times standard deviation. Also, range is equal to 9 times quartile deviation, which is equal to 15 by 2 times mean deviation, which is equal to 6 times standard deviation. Now let's discuss some problems. First question. Find the standard deviation of the following observations 20, 25, 35, 40, 15 and 10. We know that standard deviation is root of sigma xi minus mu the whole square divided by n. First we have to find mu, that is mean. We have mean is sum of all observations divided by total number of observations. Hence, mean is equal to 24.17. To find standard deviation, we are going to find standard deviation square. By substituting the given values and the find out value of mean in the formula, we will get standard deviation square as 111.8. Taking the square root, we get standard deviation is equal to 10.57. Next question. If the coefficient of variance of a data is 9.77 and its mean is 43, then find its standard deviation. We know that coefficient of variance is equal to standard deviation divided by mean into 100. Substituting the values, we get 9.77 equal to standard deviation divided by 43 into 100. Solving, we get standard deviation is equal to 4.2. Next question. Which of the following is true? First option, 9 times quartile deviation is equal to 6 times standard deviation. Second option, 2 times range equal to 15 by 2 times mean deviation. Third option, range equal to 12 times standard deviation. Fourth option, quartile deviation is equal to 15 by 2 times mean deviation. We have the empirical relationship range equal to 9 times quartile deviation, which is equal to 15 by 2 times mean deviation, which is equal to 6 times standard deviation. Hence, option A is the correct answer. So today we discussed about standard deviation, its properties, merits, demerits, some empirical relationships, variance, coefficient of variance, coefficient of standard deviation, and some related problems. Hope you all have understood the topic. Thanks for listening.